It's not real. It's not factual. Some immigrants, some citizens of Australia, which are in the protest, clearly mentioning we are not here for these objectives. And they are giving interviews to main channels and they are using 3 words, we are leaving. It means objectives of protesters, and even immigrants were little a bit diverted to other side. And most of the protesters who were having holy destinations, holy objectives, and they want peaceful protest. And what they were talking about, I was shocked. They were not against immigrants. They were against those immigrants who are corrupt. They are against those immigrants who are not following Australian laws. They are against useless immigrants, and they were respecting even flags of the those immigrants country, especially in the protest. But they were telling that we are switching to extreme status, and some violent actions by some protesters and even some immigrants, sentences by crying, sentences by much emotional sentences, speedy sentences, high-pitched sound sentences, pricking sentences, suspicious sentences, critical sentences, and those sentences which even in the media cannot present. They are technically making both party A and party B, I mean immigrant and protesters, immigrants and the white citizens in their up front against each other. And these were just sentences by some individuals. One girl who was white Australia, who is white Australia, she is telling, I am going to home, I am leaving. I was not here for this one. I don't hate immigrants. My presence was just to aware Australian government, Australian authorities, Australian Immigration Department, that you have to take care during assessment of individuals. Some people came here, they are using, that girl is talking about, they are using our resources, they are using our oxygen, our housing sector, which is in severe crisis. They are using our health facilities, but in turn they are not giving. Why you people allowed them to come? That's the point of that girl, and I am with that girl. Reason is that as an immigration analyst, I clearly assess one developed country when allow any individual to come. They expect that he will be with required skills, those skills which will enhance their economy, which will enhance their status, which will enhance their professional fields. But such people will enter, they will demand skills from Australian citizens, and they will demand help from Australia in spite of giving help to Australia. Definitely that is not the motto of the developed countries. I am very sorry, this is not written in immigration laws. Immigration laws only, that only super people with super mind, with super enthusiasm, they must enter. In turn, Australia give them citizenship. No doubt about this. Why immigrants? I am with immigrants. This channel, World Immigration News by Irfan, always support immigrants of tertiary countries, even not secondary countries, tertiary countries, which are very poor countries. And always I spoke that developed countries must entertain them. But I have to tell what is in their laws, and they have to follow their laws. But some people who, according to that girl, which is telling, I am leaving, my objective, still she is with holy heart. She is with very good words against immigrants, that I am not against all immigrants, but this violent nature of from immigrants, party B, and also she is telling from protesters, White Australia, is not good, and that will escalate the situation. Such people, I think, must come up front, and they must lead their teams, because they can resolve this issue. In my opinion, the protesters' point of view, and immigrants' point of view, White Australian point of view, immigrants' point of view is the same. I can prove you by evidence, because when they will talk with good Catholicity, with good way in any media, but not by that way, they are talking on the roads by crying and by talking against the flags, which is really alarming situation. Some senior members from both sides must come, sensible people must come up front, and even from the government, even from opposition, and they must tell immigrants, they must tell White Australians that their objectives are same. They both are talking that immigration must be controlled. They both are talking that why you are entering those immigrants, they are compelled to do corruption and criminal activities within Australia. It's remember, when you are not following respected immigration laws of the host countries, it means you are doing crime. I am with immigrants, but I will educate immigrant, and I educate throughout the world. You are listening my channels, follow laws, rules of the host country. If they are telling you have to study and you have to work for 20 hours only, you must do. If they are telling that you cannot deviate from work permit, and you should not deviate from the work permit rules, you cannot change company until 3 years, you cannot change company. If they say you cannot change college, you cannot change course according to new students visa law, you cannot change the course. That's the reason people became illegal. They entered Australia by legal way. I am telling you one very alarming thing in the last of my session. Why these protests are common? Reason is only one. Some people who were not technically immigrants, but they inoculated in the Australia, and there is one evidence, and they are killing objective of genuine immigrants as well. And that's the white girl is speaking. We are not against all immigrants. All immigrants, some immigrants are very marvelous, and they are tremendous, and they are enthusiastic, and they are giving us something. I am telling you, illegals numbers increased in Australia this year too much, not from any illegal activity through the border. By legal way they entered, but they did not follow the rules, and they became illegal. Thank you very much.